What's cracking, everybody? Felros here, bringing you some more Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today I am here with little Maggie, who just woke up from a nap. And we are shoutcasting some sets today from a good friend of mine and fellow content creator, Bosh2018. If you'd like to check him out, he's got a link to his channel in the YouTube description here of this video. Check him out. He's just starting out on his channel, so any support and views, he's a great content creator. He's doing a good job. So, today we're doing a video on Psychic Umbreon with an Escavalier and Crobat backline. Looking pretty solid here in the Ultra League Halloween Cup. Let's jump right in and see how these battles go. So we've got Umbreon is on the lead in this team, and we've got Salazzle being met. Some spice. I would love to build a Salazzle myself for Ultra League, to be honest. I want to. But let's see if the Salazzle respects the Psychic. Nope, they're going to swap into their Drapion and immediately get hard countered by this Escavalier in the back from Bosh2018. Let's see if the Drapion knows that they can win this matchup. Don't know if they do or not, but they could just let it go and let Salazzle farm this thing down. It'll be... Salazzle's gonna kill this thing in like one incinerate, dude. Drill Run comes through, connects, and takes out the Drapion. Drapion's gonna go down. And then they're not gonna be able to get to the Drill Run, unfortunately, against the Salazzle, which is now maxed out on energy. But does the Salazzle respect the Psychic that's about to come its way? That is the question. Poison Fang is going to get no shielded from the Umbreon, no reason for it to. And then Psychic is going to come out. Now, opponent may not know that this is Psychic Umbreon. Nah, they respect it, so they shield up. Salazzle's pretty weak anyway. Even a foul play probably could have come close to KOing, to be honest. So, opponent is going to get a Dragon Pulse off, and Salazzle's going to draw a shield from the Umbreon here. And we're going to go for the second Psychic. Not messing around. Umbreon's going to get the Psychic off. Does the opponent shield this one too? They also shield this one, and now we're going to see Foul Play come through right in time after a defense drop before the opponent can complete two Incinerates. Those three Snarls are going to be enough to take out the Salazzle, and they do. And what the opponent has in the back is a Skuntank. Not looking great for the opponent, but they do... Goodness, my sweetheart, you are talkative today. She's excited to watch the Crobat beat down the Skuntank. So, gonna go straight for Poison Fang here. No reason to go for Shadow Ball because they're both resisted. The Poison Fang will at least make sure that the Air Slashes do more and more damage. And since this is the last Pokemon alive, they can't really swap out to clear the debuff. Now, Fi's just gonna have to put a shield up here, which it does. And that... Growling. Are you ready for Halloween? You're probably not gonna see this till after Halloween, but it's... She's ready. She's growling. Alright, Shadow Ball is going to be enough damage here, though, with a debuff to probably take out almost all of the Skuntank. Not even quite. That thing is bulky. Shadow Ball only does that much damage, huh? Anyway, that's going to be that battle. So here we go into the next one. We've got Umbreon on the lead here versus the Muk. Alolan Muk, to be exact. This is kind of rough. I think you have to go straight into Crobat here and just try and make some magic happen. Opponent does have the upper hand here since they resist all the damage. They can freely just go for a Dark Pulse and chip the Crobat. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Crobat eats a Dark Pulse quite nicely. And then the opponent is just going to continue to stay in. Is just going to throw the Poison Sting from his Crobat here. Going to try and force the opponent now to finally switch out after throwing this Poison Fang. Maybe they think that, you know, after switching. Yep, there it is. Usually what happens is the opponent will wait for the debuff move to come through and then swap out to clear it. So by throwing the Poison Fang, you kind of make them want to swap out. And they don't even shield the Shadow Ball, which would have absolutely one-shot. And I think you just go for the Shadow Ball in this particular scenario. Don't even try baiting. I don't think that's really what you want to do here. But you do get a shield at this point. Opponent didn't realize that the Crobat wasn't even at the Shadow Ball with as squishy as Dusknoir is. I'm pretty sure it would have got one-shot by that Shadow Ball too. So Dark Pulse is going to come through and take out the Crobat, but now the Umbreon can literally just farm the Dusknoir all the way down. I don't think they have anything other than Dark Pulse Shadow Ball, so this is an easy farm down opportunity for the... They got Psychic, and that's double resisted Psychic. You probably want to throw the Dark Pulse there. If you're playing against the Umbreon, Psychic is double resisted. Umbreon is going to look to farm all the way down here, not even going to throw any charge moves. Going to save them for this Muk that's in the lead. Smart play, to be honest. But Muk is going to swap in immediately, not even giving Umbreon the opportunity to farm down and throw Sludge Wave. But that gives Buzz the opportunity now to come in with the Escavalier, up his shield, and get this Drill Run off after shielding a Dark Pulse, most likely. Nope, the opponent is vastly over farming on energy, maybe looking to farm down all the way against the Muk here and have that energy loaded for whatever's in the back. Opponent has revealed that they do have Ghosts in the back, so they may have another one in the back, so you do have to be careful that it's not going to be like a Giratina or something. That would be kind of bad. But at this point, I think Umbreon would easily clean up Giratina. And look at that, it's a Giratina with Dragon Breath. So it's a slightly better matchup for Escavalier, but still not great. I think you just chip it with the drill runs, and Umbreon literally has 100 energy and could just come in at a moment's notice and just take this thing out, no problem. So if I'm using my own Umbreon, I think in this cup I would probably run it with Dark Pulse, just because in Ultra League everything is so much more bulky. And I just realized that we've got the wrong person's name on this video, so let's fix that. It was definitely always this. I definitely did not forget to change this before the beginning of the video, I promise. Trust me. It was there the whole time. Yep. Yep, we're already into this. Not doing it again. So, two foul plays easily KO Giratina here. You don't even need to shield anything, but you can just to be safe. Sorry about that, Baj. I didn't know that I had the wrong name down there. Forgive me, man. Alright, couple foul plays are going to KO the Giratina, no problem. And that's going to be a good game. Well played. Umbreon is just, it's one of my favorite things to play in GBL, to be honest. It's so, like, it's so versatile, so bulky. It can do so well, even in neutral matchups, like, even in things like, it can almost take out a Charmer with those last resorts. It's really quite something. Opponent is staying in against Umbreon, though, so that kind of means they're probably core broken by it. So maybe they're looking to catch a foul play at some point. Don't know why they're staying in here. Maybe the Dragon Breath one actually does win this matchup. I truly don't know. I don't think it does, though. You are a growly butt. Opponent is going to stay in here, get these Dragon Breath damage through. I mean, they have to be core broken by Umbreon. There's got to be another ghost or something in the back that doesn't like the Umbreon. And there's Nidoqueen. No, probably not. Let's see how much damage a Psychic does. That does a respectable amount, and the Umbreon has enough energy that it can stay in and fire off another Psychic to force a shield off of the Nidoqueen and probably come in with Crobat. Come in with the Escavalier, risking that this could be an Earth Power, but honestly, Earth Power wouldn't even KO from this range just because it's not a Shadow. You don't have to worry about it so much, but they go for the Poison Fang bait, which is going to be their downfall here because they're not going to be able to get two in Earth Power win CMP against the Escavalier. CMP tie, Escavalier wins that. Drill Run is going to get the final shield from the opponent. They haven't even shielded anything yet. This is probably the Earth Power, though. So you kind of have to shield it and go for the Drill Run here. Then the Giratina is just going to come right in. Drill Run is going to come very close to KOing the Giratina, though, at this health range. So you're going to have to be careful about that to the opponent. But they go for the Shadow Sneak, which is going to do enough damage to put this Escavalier down in a range of health where it could probably just be farmed down at this point. So Baj has to be careful about what he does with this battle here. I think Umbreon just pops right in here, farms down the Giratina, to be honest. I don't think you need to worry about it, because literally any move at this point would threaten the Nidoqueen, and we'll see what they have in the back. Probably another Poison type. Could be their own Crobat. Now that they know that there's Psychic on the Umbreon, they're probably fearing for their lives. So no shielding the Umbreon, there's no need to. Umbreon's just so bulky that whatever comes in is going to have to eat it. There's the Psychic. That's going to immediately take out the Nidoqueen. No questions asked. Nidoqueen's going to go down to the Psychic, and now we're going to see what the opponent's got in the back. It's a Toxicroak. Oh, if only it had a little bit more HP. But we got a Crobat instead. Crobat does a nice job of completely hard-walling Toxicroak, and that's going to be a good game. Going into the next game here, we've got Umbreon versus Alolan Muk. This is not so great because the Poison Jab damage and everything else is resisted off of the Umbreon. So we go straight into Crobat here, and while we're resisting the Poison Jabs, the opponent's also resisting everything. So no shielding. This is probably the right call. Could be an Acid Spray and dip. No, it's a Dark Pulse, and now maybe they dip. No, the opponent is staying in to eat the Poison Fang damage and then swap most likely once again, because that's just what you do. You take the debuff and then clear it. So opponent does stay in here, which is interesting, and Vice is going to look to go for Shadow Ball. Now, really? Gonna shield. It shields the Acid Spray. That feels bad. That never feels good. You eat the Dark Pulse and then shield the Acid Spray. Well, that's fine. I mean, I think I would have probably done the same. So gonna go straight for Poison Fang here. Hopefully that's gonna be enough with 2 debuff. Yeah, to take out the Muk. The Muk does have to shield it, which means now they're unshielded. And Escavalier could come in now and farm down, or you could bring in the Umbreon. I think bringing the Umbreon's fine. You have an Obstagoon. Obstagoon is just going to get clapped by this Escavalier. Escavalier can tank a Night Slash here, probably has to. Can't really give up a shield against this. It's an Obstruct. So now they're essentially going to give them more farm. Opponent, I think, just quits at this point. I think they quit. No? Maybe? I don't know what happened there. The opponent just kind of left. I don't know what happened there. Maybe they got distracted. Drill Run's going to take out Muk, and they've probably got something else in the back that's weak to Obstagoon. So, or not Obstagoon, weak to Escavalier. Escavalier is against the Togekiss. Okay, maybe not so much. This is actually a little bit closer, because now that the Crobat's gone, this is a lot closer now. Yeah, this is, okay. So, Mega Horn really doesn't do much here. You're going to have to hope that you have enough bulk on the Umbreon to be able to survive some charm damage and a charge move. And maybe the Psychic's enough. Maybe a Psychic is enough, or 2 Psychics is enough. I know 2 Psychics is probably enough. I think you have to no shield this though. You have, oh, I know you have to shield. It doesn't matter, it's hard either way. You essentially just need to make sure you get the 2 Psychics. And Umbreon vastly outpaces the Togekiss to the charge move, so a shield in some form or fashion either way is fine. That's probably the right place to spend a shield. I'm a nut. But going for foul play here, could have gone for 1 more to get the Psychic. I don't think you go down to any charge move at this point. So either way is good. We still pick up a win, and that is very nicely done. Well played to both players. And I believe this is a run up to Expert too, so even better. So here's the Toxicroak with a hat, looking very dapper. Gonna come in with Escavalier here. Crobat is the harder counter, so definitely makes more sense here to come in with the Escavalier as the safe swap, but gets met with a Guillotine, unfortunately, and that means that Escavalier is basically walled in this particular matchup. But you know what else that means? Is after a couple drill runs, Umbreon comes in and farms it all the way down. And is gonna hit that Toxicroak where it hurts with a double effect, super effective Psychic. I can almost see it coming now. My Kaboom button is at the ready. So Escavalier is just going to do all the damage that it can, and then Umbreon's going to come in and clean up with the foul play. It's going to come in and clean up with the Snarl down, and then look to have enough energy to really threaten this Toxicroak with its Psychic ability, which is a Calm Day move from, I believe it was this, no, was this year or last year? Either way, if you don't have a Psychic Umbreon now, in December, we're going to have a community day that's going to recap the last 2 years, most likely, if it's the same as it always has been anyway. Recap the last 2 years. Oh my gosh, the opponent comes straight in with the Toxicroak so they don't get farmed down. Do they know it's a Psychic, though? Do they respect it? Nope, they don't. And that's going to take out the Toxicroak, and I think at this point the opponent probably just quits. They've got a Togekiss, goodness. And because they just swapped, they have to give up switch advantage, and now the opponent quits. That's it. There it is. Good game. That's the unfortunate thing about giving up switch, is if there's an alignment issue in the back, then that's it. So Umbreon getting completely caught with his pants down though against Tapu Fini, and some lag strikes, unable to get any switches or fast moves. Who knows if Tapu Fini got any energy here. So going to come straight in with the Escavalier, and Escavalier is going to fire off a drill run before the opposing Tapu Fini can get to a Surf here. Going to do some chip damage. You know, it's probably better that they're staying in, because that way it doesn't have to deal with the Umbreon. Opponent might have an answered Umbreon in the back as well. Hard to say. Maybe they have their own Escavalier, for example. That would be a pretty good answer to an Umbreon, but you know, these drill runs are still going to do plenty of damage. At this point, we're just going to let the Tapu Fini go for the Surf. Probably takes out Escavalier. No, Escavalier lives long enough to get a drill run off here. Very nice. Escavalier is just a little bit bulky. Do you want to go back to sleep? You don't look like you're awake. Poor thing. So Tapu Fini is going to farm down here, and now you can come in safely with the Crobat, knowing that they have to throw, you know, Surf, and it's... Crobat's kind of cool. No, you come in with Umbreon. Okay. Hopefully they don't get to the Moonblast. Goes for the Psychic and gets the Genesect swap in. Was probably looking to catch the last resort, but the opponent now knows that this Umbreon has Psychic, and honestly, you kind of have to stay in and go for foul plays here, because if you bring in the Crobat, there's a chance this could be a Shock or Chill Drive Genesect, and that would probably come close to one-shotting a Crobat. So, after the opponent throws their energy, though, you could probably dip into Crobat and try and farm down, and then get the Poison Fangs off on the Tapu Fini. I think that might be a good, you know, play to go. Oh, it's a Shock Drive. Okay. Yeah, definitely some scary stuff, but I think it's still safe to come in with a Crobat, farm down, and get the Poison Fangs off on the Tapu Fini. But I think either way you go about it, as long as we line up the Tapu Fini and the Crobat together, I think that this is a good play, board Baj, and a good they close the game out. Also keeping in mind that their Giratina is in the back with a little bit of health. Or no, it's not a Giratina. That's the last game. What am I talking about? They got Scizor in the back. So it's a double bug steel team. And honestly, Scizor has to land a Night Slash and boost or land an Iron Head here. And they did not build up to the Iron Head. So easily going to be able to go and no shield to Night Slash. Going to have to force the shield off the opponent with this Poison Fang bait. Could be a Shadow Ball, and that would mean the opponent loses the game. So they are going to take the bait and fall for it. But I think you probably want to go for the Shadow Ball here. Either way, Poison Fang, you farm down. It's going to be a very close game, but Scizor does have to get to, I think, another 4 or 5 to get to a move. And I think at that point, the Crobat farms down the Scizor and has a Poison Fang loaded by the time the Tapu Fini comes in. So this is looking like it's going to be a very good but close game. Goodness, that was way too close for me. Crobat's going to get a Poison Fang off here and is going to be able to do a bunch of damage, maybe even take out... Yep, takes out the Tapu Fini. Probably was just enough there, so well played. Well played. Hopping into the next match, as Home Slice Henry says. Not copying him at puns. Psychic Umbreon could do fairly well here. And honestly, we have good matchups across the board. Meets the S-Cavalier with his own S-Cavalier. Probably would have wanted to swap in the Crobat to that. Might have expected it to be a Genesect or something, so... it's hard to say, but anyway. S-Cavalier Mirror here. Who's going to get the shield? Who's going to go down swinging? We're going to find out whether or not Baj wins switch or gets the shield advantage here. And then at that point, I mean, man, maybe Crobat comes in, farms down. Going to go ahead and leave a shield advantage. Unfortunately, it's farmed down, and the opponent has a drill run ready, but they are completely hard-walled here by the Crobat. Probably either a misclick or just a, real quick, like, oh, shoot, I see a Bug Poison. I'm going to come in with my S-Cavalier because it's probably a Genesect, but it was indeed the S-Cavalier, so hopefully this farm down from the Crobat enough to make a difference, and then maybe the opponent could be weak in the back to Umbreon as well, considering that they were not super, they were kind of neutral, right? So we'll find out what the opponent's got. They've got a Tentacruel in the back. They got a shield disadvantage. So, goodness, not Sylveon, dude. Alright, well, this is unfortunate. Was it a quick attack Sylveon? I think it was. Gonna have to wait to find out because we're lagging. Alright, there it is. No, this is definitely a charm. So this looks like it sucks, to be honest. Hoping that maybe Crobat with 2 shields can put in some work here, but if I'm honest, I think that the Tentacruel just outbulks the rest of the team, and I think this is probably a loss. So either way, though, it was well played. You do definitely want to go for the Psychic here. I think that would probably have been the play, and Sylveon, unfortunately, is going to be able to take the rest of this team out. Gosh darn charm, as we all expect it to be. Tentacruel could probably come in, though, easily take this thing up, but the opponent lets it go. Yeah, Tentacruel is going to be able to come in. I mean, those poison jabs by themselves are going to be enough. Hopefully going for the shield here. The opponent could easily tank a Shadow Ball, so they probably don't shield this bait. Yeah, there's no need to shield this. Going to be able to take out Crobat here easily by poison jabbing down. Acid Spray to make things even worse. And I started it, might as well finish it with Home Slice Henry's verbiage, right? Opponent's going to see the writing on the wall and know they won the game. Because they're the ones writing it. So Baj sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. But that's okay. Well played anyway, though. I don't think that... Tentacruel is kind of a core breaker to a lot of things. And then, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I think that the S-Cavalier swap-in was probably the problem there. Definitely caused a loss, I think, in that particular case. So in this case, this is where I would bring in the S-Cavalier to the Genesect. I think that this way you don't have to give up shields, because Technoblast Ice really doesn't do anything, and all of the charge moves from the Genesect would be resisted against the S-Cavalier. So if you are going to try this team, your viewers, opponent swaps in a Bug Steel, just wait and see what it is. If it's an S-Cavalier, you come in with your Crobat, and if it's a Genesect or, maybe it's a Scizor, probably safer to come in with S-Cavalier in that case. Scizor's kind of hit and miss, but most of its moves are resisted against S-Cavalier, so it seems safer to me. But opponent is going to have to... They're going to get shield advantage, which is really what stinks about this, unfortunately. But the opponent's Drifblim is going to have to eat a Shadow Ball before they are able to take out the Drifblim. And I probably would have thrown one sooner, just because that Icy Wind would have been able to take out the Crobat. No, who am I kidding? They have more than that. But That's okay. Gets the last shield, and now everything is shieldless, so hopefully Escavalier will be able to take this entire game by sweeping without shields. Shadow Ball is going to go through here. Don't know if it's going to take out the Drifblim from this range, but it's going to come very close. Umbreon could easily farm it. Nope, takes it out. There it is. One shots the Drifblim, and they got Toxicroak. Umbreon's got enough HP to easily get to a Psychic here. That's it. That's it. That's the game. Psychic is going to one-shot. We've got 2 nukes in the game here. Bye, Toxicroak. Nice knowing you. Well played. Man, that was great. I love when that kind of stuff happens. You're just like, man, what that one thing you have in the back? Oh, look, he gets one-shot by my Umbreon. Great. However, speaking of things that aren't great to see, Obstagoon lead is one of Umbreon's worst nightmares, and the opponent counters with a Frostlass. This is a harrowing matchup for Crobat. I don't even know if it's... I mean, you have to shield, I guess. Go for a Shadow Ball, maybe. Maybe go for the bait. Doesn't even build up to the Shadow Ball, though. So if the opponent was counting and knows their counts for Crobat, they won't shield this. And they do. So the opponent may have, you know, maybe made a mistake there, but that's okay. Vaj is going to take complete advantage of the opponent's miscounts there and is going to be able to get a free shield out of them. And now Poison Fang is going to come through and really do a lot of damage to this Frostlass. I don't think you make a shield here, though. I don't think you can. I know it stinks to not have switch advantage against this, but I don't really think it's really even worth it. But Umbreon easily just comes in and farms all the way down. Unfortunately, that energy has nowhere to go against Obstagoon, so you're kind of stuck hoping that maybe Escavalier will be able to sweep this endgame here, and Umbreon can be used as some chip damage at some point. So looking to switch the Escavalier in immediately and gets the Shadow Muk. This is an amazing matchup for the Escavalier. Not only does it outpace, I believe, to these drill runs, but it's also going to be able to resist the poison damage, and once it clears the Muk, it's going to be able to go and hit double super effective damage on the Obstagoon with those counters. This is the place to use that shield, if I'm honest, because that could be a Dark Pulse, and that would be a problem to tank that. So you could farm up, I think, a little bit more, go for the drill run, and then go for a Mega Horn against the Obstagoon and close this game out, and that is going to get us another button, I think, because that's a lot of damage. You know what? It's fine. I'll take it, because this, even though this Muk still lived to see another day, I take those all day. Dark Pulse does a ton of damage, though, and I don't even know... Oh, does he get to the... Does he get to the Mega Horn? No. Doesn't get to the Mega Horn, so now it's up to Umbreon now. Ah, it's unfortunate. Ah. Yeah, Foul Play. I don't know if Foul Play's going to be enough, man. This is going to be a long matchup. We're going to see if Baj's Umbreon can take this against the Obstagoon with all of its energy. I'm not 100% certain if it can. Honestly, I'm not expecting it just because Umbreon is so hard countered by Obstagoon. I was really relying on that Escavalier being able to farm down and get to that Mega Horn. Psychic is double resisted, though that is definitely not the move we want to go for. Even if it gets a defense drop, it's just not going to be useful here. He just quits. That's okay. That's all right. Unfortunate as it was, that just kind of happens sometimes. So grabbing a Umbreon versus Crobat lead matchup in the last game here. Crobat kind of neutral, really doesn't have anywhere to put its energy against Umbreon, whereas if Umbreon lands that Psychic, that's going to be just dandy. So Poison Fang is going to come through from the Crobat, and now the Umbreon is going to have to just see if it can land a Psychic. And a Psychic would do a lot of damage, but Wise is going to go for the Foul Play here, not willing to reveal his moveset yet. And honestly, I think it's fine, because Crobat has to respect the Psychic and now go for the Psychic after you've shown them your Foul Play. And because this is probably just another Poison Fang, the Crobat is going to have to either just go down or risk having its other shield taken. So Psychic from the Umbreon is going to come through. Do we get the button? No, not quite as much damage as we were hoping for, but honestly, opponent having a poison lead, usually that means they've got Dark in the back, so I mean, Escavalier is probably looking pretty good here. You think so too? Yeah, I do too. Crobat's going to be able to come in and farm down, have some energy stored, and not deal with things in the back. Let's see, the opponent has a Gengar. You just go straight for Shadow Ball. You go straight for the Shadow Ball. That's great. Does the opponent shield this? Let's find out. Do they shield it? Nope, they don't, and that's going to take out. The opponent's got a Scizor on the back, and honestly, between Crobat and Escavalier, I think this is pretty much a good game. This is going to be a lock. on this set, and that's going to finish it up here for Buzz. Getting the shield on the Poison Fang. Easily could just come in with the S-Cavalier, and you don't even have to shield this, to be honest. You just come in with the S-Cavalier and just counter down, or get to a draw run, whatever happens first. Doesn't matter. It's all right. Good game. This is well played. Unfortunately, for the opponent, the S-Cavalier was just too much for their back line, and that's going to do it for this battle. Very well played to these battles. Very strong team. If you got an XL Umbreon, you can put Psychic on it. It does pretty well in this cup. S-Cavalier, you've probably seen more than plenty of. And, I mean, Crobat honestly has a lot of play in this cup as well with its moveset, and it has a fairly good amount of bulk as long as you can avoid those obviously hard counter matchups. So, grabs the screenshot for Expert, hits it, and very well done. Good luck on the rest of your run to Legend this season, Bosch 2018. Once again, budding content creator. You can check out his YouTube, link in the description. And that's going to do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.